Good morning. I am headed out to do morning milking, and I have this lovely thing around my neck because I am going to take you with me. So I am currently still feeding babies on the bottle. So we have bottles, we have our bucket, and another container here to get all of our milk packaged up. So let's go. Good morning, ladies and Hambone. Good morning. Open up this door so we can let in the light to the milk room. Oh, there's Tinkerbell. Good morning, Tinkerbell. Good morning, lady. Our feral cat is not so feral anymore. She still won't let me pet her, but we come really close. So this is the milk room where we're gonna milk. And there's the babies. And the mamas, they're ready. First, we're gonna get a scoop for the littles, as I call them. The yearlings from last year. So they get to come out first. All right, littles. Not Jelly Bean. So we have Godiva, and the one on the far is Reese Cup. They're the chocolate sisters from last year. You ready, Tink? You ready for your milk? So while the littles eat, Tinkerbell gets her little scoop. Almost pet her. I get nose bumps. And then Hambone gets his scoop of green. Hey, Hammy. And when these ladies are done, they'll go back in Gen Pop. Come on, ladies. Then we're ready to start milking. So we get a scoop green on the stand first. This way, when the girls run in, they are inclined to jump right on the stand and put their head through. So here we go. So we do a certain order for milking, so they get used to. So Jelly Bean is first. And I just say their name as they come out, so they start to learn their order and their name. Jelly Bean! And then I block their head of the ones who don't need to go in. And they have now learned to jump right up on the stand and put their head in. So Jelly Bean is a first-time milker. So this is her first time learning how to be on the milk stand, and she's doing a great job. We're about 3 weeks in. So let's sit down to milk. So I've got my milk bucket, and a baby wipe is what I use to wipe them down. So we're just gonna wipe her udder all around where there's hair, just to get everything nice and clean so nothing nasty falls in our bucket. Oh, she is ready. Then before we start milking, we're gonna squirt a little out of each side. Oh, she's full. It's coming. And then this side too. Good. Oh, we're ready. Just to get anything nasty out of there, and then we're gonna start milking. It is freezing this morning, so my hands are cold, but this udder is nice and warm. So I have been milking goats. This is my 7th season hand milking goats. So I make it look pretty easy, but it can be challenging to figure out your technique and your muscle memory of your hands. But to me, this part of the morning is nice and calming. Pop in some music, milk the ladies. Hard to beat that. So we're all done. Got our yummy milk. So once we're all done milking, we want to clean up the bottom of the udder there, or the teat, and get the hole closed up as much as we can so that the least amount of bacteria will get in there. So this is just chlorhexidine spray, and it's really cold, so it makes everything close right up. I know, it's cold, Mama. And then we're done with Jelly Bean. You done? Come on, Jelly Bean. Come on, Jelly Bean. And next is Winona. Winona says, "Where's my food?" Come on. Good job. Close her in. Here's another scoop. So now we've got Winona. Winona is a pro. This is her fourth freshening. So she has kidded 4 times, and we've done 4 seasons of milking. So she's a pro on the stand, so we get her all cleaned up and get her milking. All right, so here we go with Wynonna. So I love Wynonna's udder because it's nice and soft, even when it's full. So it's easy to grab, don't have to squeeze really hard, because the holes where the milk comes out, the orifice is larger on hers, so more milk is coming out with each squeeze, which is really nice. So Wynonna has been bred multiple times because we love her udder, and we're hoping she passes that down to her kids. So Reese Cup is her daughter from last year that I'll breed this coming season, and next year we'll see how she does. This is Wynonna. So the technique for milking is we want to cup our fingers around the top of the teat and then squeeze the bottom. So if we just squeeze the teat itself, the milk will go back up into the udder. So we're going to take these top 2 fingers, squeeze the top, and then use the other fingers to squeeze the bottom. So pinch off the top, squeeze the bottom. Pinch off the top, squeeze the bottom. You all done, Wynonna? We're gonna get next to for Giselle. You ready, Giselle? Giselle's always ready. All right, Giselle. Nope. No cheating. Good job. There you go. Nope, all the way. I know your head's bigger. Nope. Just gotta go higher. There you go. Good job, Mama. All right, let's get Giselle milked. So Giselle is very full. Hers is actually just coming out by itself. So Giselle is a larger goat. She's got more alpine in her, so she has more milk, bigger udder, but she still has small little teats. So to get her started is a little harder. Takes a little longer to milk her. But we're getting there. I get asked a lot, how long does it take to milk them? So it usually takes between 3 and 5 minutes. Once you're able to put both your hands on the udder, milk at the same time like this. In the beginning, for beginning milkers, both you and the goat, it's gonna take longer. You gotta be more patient. A lot of times we start with just one at a time, because a lot of times they will lift their leg up, kick the bucket, so you gotta be ready to move this bucket. A lot of times I will just use a mason jar and milk right into the jar if they're still moving around a lot, so that they don't get their foot in the bucket. You can practice with both hands, because you gotta get your technique for both your left hand and your right hand. But once you got it, so Giselle had babies 2 weeks ago. So this is 2 weeks in, both her and I practicing together. She's getting impatient with me. She's really full in the morning. Almost got that foot in the bucket. All done. Good job, lady. Come on. And our last girl is Khaleesi. Good job. All right, let's get Khaleesi all cleaned up. Her cute little udder under there. All right. So Khaleesi is also a first freshener. This is her first year having kids and being on the milk stand. She has done fabulous. She has she's just a smaller goat, so she's closer to the ground. She has a small udder, but it is actually quite fabulous in my opinion. Nice and soft. Her teats are a decent size. You can get in there and milk her out pretty quickly, and she makes a good amount of milk. So she's usually doing, I think, 4.5 cups in the morning. I'll have to look. But she's a joy. Khaleesi is my golden child. She has a golden color. She's also a really, really sweet goat. She's always been really sweet. Not too sassy. A peacemaker. We like those. Easy keepers. Almost done with Miss Khaleesi. She's still chomping away at the breakfast. She's all good to go. You want your milk? You ready? Yeah? Here you go, lady. I'm coming. Y'all done, Khaleesi? And we're all done with milking. Everybody's happy. Babies are happy. Yeah.